Hello everyone, how are you? This is Ravi, and today I'm be talking about the reports on airline flight cancellation analysis that I have done for this assignment 9. I'll be talking um, through my assignment about like why did I pick this data, what are the prediction that I'm looking forward to, and why did I choose the particular data for airlines. Yes, let's talk a little more about like why did I chose airline database. Um, it was pretty fascinating to me like to choose the airline database because I tend to fly more. I live here in Buffalo right now, but my base state is Maryland, and I tend to go to North Carolina often to visit my girlfriend. So it was really fascinating to me, like to with the data from the past that I was able to calculate my risk factor for my upcoming events, upcoming flights in the future. So this data that I got from United States Transportation was very helpful in order for me to track all the aspect of the predictions. So let me talk more about that in other slides. This is add on to the previous slide for the motivation of research on airline database. Here it says we use air travel as our primary means of transportation while commuting to or from school. Let's say if someone goes to school in a different state and coming back home, or vice versa, like visiting families and friends, relatives, activities. We have observed several delays and cancellation during the travel due to the various reasons such as weather, traffic, or any other factors. Um, so in the same slide, I have added some more motives of why I have chosen this kind of data set for to work on for this assignment. As I said before, this data that I took from United States Department of Transportation website, and it was pretty clear what kind of data that you want. Like if you guys want to do your analysis on your flights from different places, I have a link here for my reference, as well as if you guys want to do your research on that. It's pretty nice to have all the data in one place for the analysis. So the type of data that we have taken for this is airline ID, carrier ID, origin city, destination state, departure delays by minutes, arrival delays, distance, calculating with a delay factor such as carrier delay, weather delay, or security delay, and some more adding on top of that. So this is just an initial glimpse of 6 cities that has the highest cancellation factor in January of 2016. On this one also you can see the cancellation per airline, and you can see American Airlines has the highest cancellation rate. Um, and on the other slides adding on top of this, I tend to travel a lot from Buffalo to North Carolina or Buffalo to Maryland. So I wanted to see in like the past couple of days what after the data that I gotten, what are the predictions going to be, and what are the chances of my flight. So on this slide I've taken a data for a flight that's going from Buffalo to North Carolina. And as you can see, in the middle of the month or into the month, there has been a highest cancellation rate, and that's because of the weather. And looking forward for the 5 days after the January, it looks like my flight has a cancellation rate of 0.5. So on this slide also, as you can see, this says a trend line that's showing the straight line of flights that has been cancelled for the month of January 2016, and it looks like about 5.2 is the cancellation percent that I have for the 5-day prediction. And on this slide you can see the forecast data of the flight that's from Buffalo to Charlotte NC and then American Airlines. So on the previous slide you saw the forecast from Buffalo to North Carolina, and which was pretty high, about 0.5 percentage of my 5-day prediction that my flight was getting cancelled. So I thought of going from here to Baltimore and Baltimore to North Carolina. So I thought of taking that route and going from here to Baltimore. The prediction from down air was pretty low, so my flight getting cancelled is very low on this one, so I tend to take this flight. In this slide you see my flights forecast from Buffalo to Baltimore and with down air and with the trending line which is pretty low, so I see my flights getting cancelled is low risk, so I tend to take this flight. This here shows you detail of the forecasting that's done from first of the month to the 30th of the month in the first period, and the forecast. And on this slide I have taken a forecast of 5 different airlines, as you can see. So on this forecast that I have done, it was easy to see the cancellation rate, but it was really hard for me to find out what kind of cancellation was due to what reason. So it was difficult to predict the flight cancellation without having enough information about weather or technical issues or security issues. In that website, they did not give us enough information about all that. It just says it might be a technical issue or security issue or weather issue. So my finding of the future flight for 5 day was pretty inaccurate. So with this final slide I can see, like, with all the available variables like weather report, security regions, why it was cancelled, and flight technical data, I would be able to get a clear picture on why the flight was cancelled, and would be able to give a clear vision on the forecast of why we need those data in order for us to get a clear picture of the future forecast. So this is it, and I have one last slide which shows my work site, and I would like to thank you everyone for viewing my slide and taking the time from your valuable time.